You said the sentence perfectly. The grammar was correct. Every word was right. The meaning was clear. But something still felt off. The person you were speaking to understood you, but they had this look on their face, like they were working slightly harder than usual to follow along, like something was just a little bit wrong that they could not quite put their finger on. Sound familiar? This is one of the most frustrating stages of learning English. You have moved past the beginner mistakes. You know your grammar. Your vocabulary is solid. But your English still does not sound natural. Today we are going to fix that. We are going to talk about exactly why this happens and give you real, practical tools to make your English sound more fluid, more natural, and more like a confident speaker. Before we fix the problem, let us understand what we are actually talking about. When people say someone's English sounds unnatural, they usually mean one or more of these things. The rhythm feels wrong. English has a very specific musical pattern. Some words are stressed, others are swallowed. When that pattern is off, the language sounds robotic or flat. The vocabulary choices feel to textbook, using words that are technically correct but that nobody actually says in real conversation. Like saying, I am desirous of some water instead of I'd love some water. The sentence structure is too perfect. Real spoken English is full of contractions, reductions, and shortcuts. When every sentence is grammatically complete and perfectly structured, it actually sounds less natural, not more. The pausing and pacing is off, either speaking too slowly and carefully, or rushing through without natural breath points. Natural English is not perfect English. It is human English, and understanding that difference is the first step to sounding better. Let us start with rhythm, because this is the #1 reason non-native speakers sound unnatural, and it is almost never taught in classrooms. English is a stress-timed language. This means that in any sentence, certain words carry the weight. The content words like nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Other words like articles, prepositions, and pronouns are spoken quickly and quietly. They almost disappear. Listen to this sentence. I want to go to the store. A learner might say every word with equal weight. I want to go to the store. But a native speaker says, I want to go to the store. The words to and the shrink almost to nothing. The words want and store carry all the energy. This is called stress and reduction, and getting it right transforms how natural your English sounds overnight. Practice by listening to native speakers and tapping your finger on the stressed words. Feel the rhythm before you try to copy it. The second big reason English sounds unnatural is vocabulary selection. Most learners are taught formal, textbook vocabulary, and they carry the vocabulary into casual conversation, where it does not belong. Here are some common examples. Instead of utilize, native speakers almost always just say use. Instead of commence, they say start or begin. Instead of inquire, they say ask. Instead of obtain, they say get. Shorter, simpler words are almost always more natural in spoken English. The big formal words have their place in academic writing, legal documents, formal speeches. But in everyday conversation, they make you sound like you are reading from a textbook. The fix? Start paying attention to the words native speakers actually choose, not just what they mean, but how simple their word choices usually are. Fluency is not about using big words. It is about using the right words at the right time. Here is something very specific that makes a massive difference. Contractions. Many learners avoid contractions because they were taught that I am is correct and I'm is informal or lazy. But in natural spoken English, contractions are not optional. They are the standard. When you say I am going to go to the market and I will be back in 1 hour, it is grammatically perfect, but it sounds stiff and unnatural. A native speaker says, I'm gonna go to the market and I'll be back in an hour. Notice also gonna, this is going to reduce to even further. You do not need to say gonna all the time, but understanding that it exists and that going to often sounds overly stiff in casual speech helps your ear and your production. Start using contractions in every casual conversation and your English will immediately feel more fluid and connected. Now let us talk about something that surprises many learners. Filler words make your English sound more natural, not less. Native speakers use filler words constantly. Words and phrases like, you know, I mean, kind of, sort of, basically, right? Like, these words do not add meaning, but they add something just as important. They add humanness. When a learner speaks with zero filler words, perfectly structured sentences, and careful deliberate pacing, they sound like they are reciting something, not having a conversation. Adding a few natural filler words tells the listener, this person is thinking in real time. This is a real conversation. Of course, there is a balance. Too many filler words become distracting. But using none at all is just as unnatural. Practice dropping in a you know or I mean occasionally, and notice how much more relaxed your English starts to feel. Here is one of the deepest roots of unnatural English, literal translation from your first language. When you think in Urdu, Arabic, Hindi, or any other language, and then translate that thought into English, the result is technically English but structurally foreign. Every language has its own logic, its own way of organizing ideas, its own idioms and expressions. When you map your native language's structure onto English words, the result feels off even if every individual word is correct. For example, in many languages, you might say the equivalent of my head is paining me, which makes perfect sense in that language. But in English it sounds wrong. The natural version is I have a headache, or I am having hunger instead of I am hungry, or she is knowing the answer instead of she knows the answer. These errors come directly from translating the grammar of another language into English. The long-term fix is to start thinking in English, which takes time. But the short-term fix is to learn chunks, fixed phrases and expressions that you memorize as complete units, not word by word. Instead of building I have a headache word by word from translation, you just know the whole chunk and you produce it instantly. Here are 5 things you can do starting today. Number 1. Shadow native speakers daily. Find a podcast, a YouTube video, or a movie scene you like, play it, pause it, and repeat exactly same rhythm, same stress, same contractions, same speed. Do this for 10 minutes every day and your natural sound will improve faster than almost anything else. Number 2, learn chunks, not just words. Instead of learning the word agree, learn the chunk I couldn't agree more. Instead of learning understand, learn I totally get what you mean. Chunks give you ready-made natural English you can use immediately. Number 3, record yourself and listen back. This is uncomfortable. Do it anyway. Recording yourself is the fastest way to hear what others hear, and to catch the specific things that sound unnatural in your speech. Number 4, Use contractions in every casual conversation. Make it a rule. Every time you are in an informal setting, use contractions. I'm, you're, we're, they've, can't, won't, I'd, she'll, until they become automatic. Number 5, stop aiming for perfect. Aim for connected. Natural English flows. It connects words together, swallows sounds, breathes in the right places. Stop thinking about individual words and start thinking about the whole sentence as one flowing unit of sound. Here's the truth about sounding natural in English. It is not about being perfect. It is about being connected to the rhythm, to the vocabulary, to the human flow of real conversation. Every single thing we talked about today, the rhythm, the contractions, the chunks, the filler words, they all point to the same thing. Natural English is lived in English. It is English that has been practiced, repeated, absorbed, and made your own. You will not fix everything overnight, but if you take just one thing from today, pick one, work on it this week, then come back for the next one, because every small fix adds up, and one day very soon, someone is going to listen to you speak English and think, that sounds completely natural. That day is closer than you think. Subscribe to English Out Loud and we'll get you there together. See you in the next one.